Perfecto Caster here, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'd like to show you the amp that I've been using extensively for the past few years, the V30 Mark II from Victory Amplifiers. In this video, I'm going to share with you my long-term thoughts on the amp, as well as talk about some of my favorite features. And of course, we're going to check out some of the tones that this amp gives me. I'd also like to take this time to let you guys know that Victory amps are now available in the Philippines through Guitar Pusher. So go check them out on guitarpusher.com and let them know I sent you. And for those of you not in the Philippines, I have clickable links in the description box below. I'll be using my Solid Guitars Stardust Deluxe, plugged straight into the front end of the V30 using my Tsunami cable. The only pedal that I'll be using in this video is this beautiful sounding Eventide Rose analog delay, which is patched in the V30 effects loop. So all the dirty tones that you will hear will come from the V30 itself. The V30 Mark II is essentially a two-channel guitar amplifier. However, it has switchable modes that vastly adds to its versatility and tones. So we have a clean channel and a dirty channel. The clean channel has a switchable crunch mode that bridges the gap gain-wise between the clean and overdrive channels. We also have the no mod switch, which affects both channels. And this allows you to switch between V30 Mark I and V30 Mark II amp voicings. The main difference between voicings lies in the bass response. The V30 Mark II voicing has a tighter bottom end with a more focused mid-range. The V30 Mark I voicing has a lot more bottom end, which gives you a looser and creamier feel and a little bit more gain. Now I'm going to go through the modes so you can hear the differences for yourself. Okay, we'll start with the clean channel, mod voicing. Clean channel, no mod voicing. For the clean channel, I usually have the no mod switch engaged, just so that I have low end support. The V30 Mark II clean channel has adopted more of a hot clean tone as opposed to the squeaky clean channel of the V30 Mark I. And this makes it more dynamic. When you hit the strings hard, you get a little more hair around the tone, and if you pull back on your attack, you get the squeaky clean sound. This also takes care of the sterility that a lot of people felt the original V30 Mark I had. Now here's the crunch mode. I feel that crunch mode sounds best with the mod voicing. Switching to the no mod voicing dulls the crunch mode a little bit. So here's the crunch mode with the mod voicing. Compare it with crunch mode with the no mod switch on. I also have to point out that you get a slight volume drop when you switch to crunch mode. So here's the clean sound. Crunch mode. Now this can be a problem in live situations. However, I found a really good use for it in songs where you want a drastic change in dynamics, but not switch to a totally clean sound. Now I'm going to switch to the overdrive channel, and I will toggle between the mod and no mod voicing. That way you can hear the differences back to back. In the overdrive channel, I use the mod voicing for my rhythms. That way the bottom end is nice and tight even when I play palm mutes. Then I switch to the no mod voicing for my leads. That way I get a nice creamy and singing lead tone, especially when I am in the upper frets. Now the V30 Mark II's effects loop is very clean and neutral sounding. That means you can plug in any pedal or any effect you want and it won't degrade your basic guitar tone. I've used the V30 Mark II in different live rigs. One is a full-blown pedal board with pedals running in front of the amp and pedals in the effects loop via the fork cable method. And I have also a fork cable method set up involving the V30 Mark II and my Headrush gig board. In both setups, the V30 Mark II's distinct voice cuts and shines through. Don't be fooled by the V30 Mark II's diminutive size because it is a very, very loud amp. On tour, I have played it against Mesa Boogie and Marshall half stacks, and it has more than held its own volume-wise. In fact, in some venues, I have been told to turn down because the amp was too loud. And this is where the V30 Mark II's high and low power modes come in handy. In high power mode, you get the V30 Mark II in its full 42 watt sonic glory. And when switched to low power mode, the amp output is scaled down to a more manageable 7 watts. Now let me give you an idea of the volume difference between low and high power modes. Okay, so my recorder just registered a volume difference of around 8 decibels. And that is huge considering that the decibel difference between a 50 watt and a 100 watt amp is only 3 decibels. And I also have to point out that if you look closely at my amp settings, the masters are set to the bare minimum. So low power mode is actually giggable provided that you are playing in a small to medium sized venue and the amp is mic'd in. Another difference between low and high power modes is the amount of headroom that you get. In low power mode, the tones are squishy and comfortable under your fingers. And in high power mode, the tone is much more broad and much more open. Personally, my preference is to play in high power mode all the time. Okay, there you have it. I had a lot of fun showing off my Victory V30 Mark II amplifier. To find out more about the V30 Mark II as well as the entire range of Victory amps, go to their website, victoryamps.com. As always, if you dug this video, please give it a thumbs up like. Feel free to share it with your friends and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Okay, I'm going to keep playing through my V30 because you all know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers.